Let's talk Nvidia stock, guys. We have to break down the charts in this video. Heading into this brand new week, we're going to go over my thoughts, how we're looking in terms of the charts, and we'll break down some numbers, insider trading, what I'm looking to do, plus more. So, guys, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and of course, take a sip of your coffee and join the mailing list. It's free. Link down below. I send you guys my top 3 stocks, again, for free every single Monday. No spam, no BS, just straight up stocks and charts. That's linked down below, and let's dive right into the video. So Nvidia stock started off the week very hot last week. I think we were at about $114 per share to start the week. We got to about $127, actually almost $128 by Thursday morning, and then we started trickling down a bit, hitting $119 almost, right before close, it looks like, on Friday. So we did start off hot, but then we started to shift momentum to the downside. You guys can see we actually have a bit of a head and shoulders here, some head and shoulders action on Nvidia stock here on the 5-day, 5-minute, and we started off the week with a golden cross. We were above the moving averages, and with the dump off Thursday heading into Friday, we went under the moving averages, and now we have a death cross. Crazy how fast things can turn there, guys. So keep your eyes on this head and shoulders heading into this week here, guys. And of course, the moving averages on the 5-day, 5-minute for short-term direction here. If we get out of, let's say, 122, we start popping over 125. All right, that'd be a great sign overall for the bulls that we're starting to reverse back to the upside. But if we take the lows out from Friday, which, by the way, Friday we took out the lows from Thursday, if we do that tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, we fall through, let's say 119, 119.50, this could start bleeding down maybe to 115, 16, 17, that general range. So Nvidia is looking interesting in the very short term here, guys. And on the 20-day chart, as you pull the layers back a little bit, it's very obvious that the pullback we got on Thursday and Friday was simply a healthy pullback after we hit a fresh high on the 1-hour chart, being at about $127 per share. And guys, on the 6th of September, we hit $100 per share, and we got all the way to 127 in about 3 weeks. That was a 25% move. So you could argue that we were due for some sort of pull down, right? Which is exactly what we got, and we're still holding an uptrend on this time frame, and we're above the 180 SMA as of this video, right? And on the 4-hour chart, which is what you guys have to watch out for this upcoming week with Nvidia stock, we're still trading in this channel. Let me draw this out and show you guys kind of what we're dealing with right now. You can see we tried breaking out of it, whatever day that was, Thursday, but we failed. Now we're back in this channel, so we're still technically downtrending, obviously not in the long term. We're looking beautiful as you pull the layers back on the 1-year chart, 3-year chart. You guys all know that. But in the short term, last couple of months, we're still in this, downwards channel as of right now. So ideally for the bulls, we got to break over 125, 130. From there, all right, maybe we get a full-on breakout to all-time highs, which I still think is in the cards for this year, guys. But as of now, we're kind of caught in the middle. We're in a very interesting spot heading into this week. Whether we, what do we do? Do we break out of the channel, or do we start to fill the gap back down to the bottom of the channel? Which, if that happens, guys, you know what I'm doing. I'm buying more Nvidia, but, as of now, it really could go either way. We're actually still holding above the moving averages on the 4-hour chart. So I'm still leaning for a breakout or towards a breakout. I'm leaning towards a breakout right now. But, of course, with the stock market, nothing's guaranteed. We got to be patient, right? So Nvidia is in a very interesting spot, and we all know their CEO has stopped selling stock, which is a really good sign. But we have seen some other insiders still selling. We're going to cover that right now. But first, guys, don't forget to get up to 15 free stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. And for now, your uninvested cash will earn up to 8.1% APY, which that's unheard of, guys. So check out the link down below, pinned in the comment section as well, or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. And of course, you get your free stocks. That also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys. As always, cheers. I appreciate all the support, guys. And let's take a look at these insider sales here. So we all know CEO of Nvidia, he's been selling for months, right? Well, not anymore. That's over with now, for now at least. But he was selling a ton of stock from, I think, middle of June up until about, let's see the last sale date here. It looks like the middle of September. It looks like the last date here is the 12th of September. So he was selling a bunch of stocks, slowly trimming his position. Nothing crazy. I mean, guys, he still owns 800 million shares, right? So he was selling essentially 240,000 shares a day. So nothing too crazy considering, again, he owns 861 million shares for Pete's sake. But he was selling $25 to $28 million, depending on the day, depending on where the stock price was at, every single day. Not every day, maybe, but a lot every single month for the last 3 months. He was selling for quite some time, right? And that stopped on the 12th of September, and I believe he was supposed to, his selling plan was supposed to go through March. It ended early. I guess that's good for the stock in the short term. We'll see how that goes as the market digests that over the next couple of weeks. But we're still getting some selling here from other people inside the company. We can see here Colette Kress, CFO EVP. She sold, it looks like here, 66,000 shares on the 20th of September, looks like at $116 per share, about a $7 million move there, roughly a 1% reduction of her position. Looks like the principal accounting officer, he sold Donald Robertson on the same day, the 20th of September. Let's see, about 4,500 shares, $500,000 move, roughly a 1% reduction. All right, nothing too crazy. And a director, looks like Tench Cox, I guess that's how you say his name. I have no idea. But he sold 2 million shares, a bigger sale here at $117 per share, roughly a $235 million move, roughly a 5% reduction of his position. So that was a bigger move there. Actually, the biggest move on this page, at least over the last couple of months in terms of the insiders here. But yeah, the big thing though is the fact that the CEO is done as of now. But again, we're still seeing some sales from other top people in the company, right? So that's interesting. We're going to cover that more and more as things continue to transpire here, guys, on the channel. So make sure to subscribe, run those subscriptions up, or hit that subscribe button. You guys know what I mean. I think 50% of you guys watch the videos, but you're not subscribed, and we're almost at 40,000 subs, guys. I can taste it. We're almost there. And the market cap right now, you guys know Nvidia was the biggest company for a little bit, moment in time. It was bigger than Microsoft and Apple. Now we're back under $3 trillion. Market cap's at $2.97 trillion. P ratio trailing 12 months is at a 56, which some would argue it's high. I think the PE for the S&P is at about a 30 right now. So it's definitely more expensive price to earnings wise than the S&P. But of course, Nvidia is growing like a weed, right? It's growing so much. And the forward PE, you guys can see here, if I pull this up, is I think a 30-something. No, it's a 43, which is good. The forward P is a 43, so that's the projection over the next 12 months, which is relatively low considering their revenue growth is still very high. I think projected, 80% for next year, something like that. I have to double check. But that's a quick glance there at their price to earnings ratio, which is just one metric that people look at for a quick glance at the valuation of a company. So based on a couple of analysts here, 37, more than a couple, for the quarter they're about to report earnings for, Average estimate for EPS is 74 cents. The low is 72 cents. The high is 80 cents, with them doing 37 cents a year ago. So nice growth there on EPS. And on the revenue side of things, average estimate is 32.9 billion. 32.07 is the low. The high is 34.98. And I'm not seeing the last year number here, but let's take a look here at the quarter after that for January 2025. In January 2025, well, I guess 2024, they did 22.1 billion, and for the first quarter of the new year, they're projected to do on average 36.59 billion. High estimates 43.9 billion, which would have their sales growth if they did 36.59 billion at 65% year over year. And the current year, guys, this is nuts. They're projected to do, looks like this is for 2025, 125% revenue growth year over year, which is just unbelievable. So that is why, the P/E ratio is where it's at. It's almost double where the S&P's at. It's valued into the company, right? Companies that grow faster than the average company, they sport a higher price to earnings ratio, guys. That's just how it goes, right? So what do you all think about that? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on Nvidia this upcoming week, the numbers. I'm curious where your head's at. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like I said, and the like button, and check out the Patreon if you guys want to be a part of the Discord chat, have more access to me throughout the week, see my posts and ideas on the Patreon, and most importantly, you get to see me build out my Patreon portfolio every single week. I'm buying stocks. I'm updating you guys on every move that's going down in that portfolio. That's linked down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.